My hair is so gnarly. I'm gonna get something done with this hair. You know, it's so hot. Yeah, I have clippers at home. I would just completely just shave it because it's like 100 degrees outside. It's okay in here actually, surprisingly. Usually it becomes like an oven in here. They didn't really turn on the AC for us because it's expensive. It's like $30,000 a day to keep turn on the AC. So no. God, I hope everything's plugged in. Is everything good? Okay. Because me and my professionalism. So I was, every morning I kind of go through this thing of why me and why this life, and at times it gets me really down. I'm in an okay mood today because it's hot out. I really like the heat. The hotter the better. I'm just one of those crazy people. I like extreme weather. Like when it's super cold and snowy, I like it. When it's super hot like this, where everybody's like, I like it too. It kind of has a mood to it, makes it have it. I like when a day has an identity. Sometimes the days they're just flat, like it's just raining for 3 days, or just like regular 80-degree days. I kind of get, because it just feels so flat, and I don't like flatness. Um, anyway, as you get older, you rewrite your narrative. So sometimes you don't even know what the truth is anymore, or how things got to a place, because you kind of like slowly because you forget, you rewrite things. And I was saying the other day, I tried to talk to an old friend of mine who just really just didn't even really acknowledge I existed. And this is a person whose wife kicked him out of the house, and he lived with me. Was not like some lightweight friend. Whatever. I'm not gonna. I already talked about that. I'm just saying, like, because spoke to another friend of mine, and he's like, "Yeah, what's the problem?" And I'm like, "I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what his narrative is. I have my narrative. I have like 10 different versions of that narrative. I don't know which one is true. I don't know what the narrative he's sticking with, or his wife, or his sister, or his brother-in-law. I don't know what narratives they're running on to basically act as if I do not exist. And I don't. And then I'm like, what about mine? I'm like, I have my reasons, but a lot of them are not that great. They're reasons, but they're not. As time goes on, it doesn't even make a difference anymore. And then I was thinking also, why am I here? And I don't know if I did. I don't. I like. It's like, why am I here in the sense of, I was never supposed to be here. That's the truth. I never wanted to be here. As in, most New Yorkers, when you're born and raised here, the one thing you want to do is leave. Especially New York City was a bad place when I was growing up. It was, it's like murder capital of the world. It's like made Rio de Janeiro look like a vacation spot. So yeah, it was dangerous, and everyone wanted to leave. I wanted to become, my parents came here. I wanted to leave New York City. I had my fun. I had my experiences. I wanted to move out to California. That was like my whole thing. Or to Eastern Europe. Actually, that was the plan. So I'll tell you, I always tell this story to myself, but nobody even knows these stories because these are my narratives. And what happened is that when our high school was a shaky time, but I got my act together. I did go to college. This place called NYIT. My parents got separated. I moved in with my father, and I live in the same apartment now, which is crazy. I moved in with my father. My mother moved to an apartment across the street. They were still friendly. They still remained friends. And my sister lived up the block. So we were like, we all lived together. We can't stand each other. But once we lived apart, we were okay. Now, the point of that apartment, my father was planning on retiring. And I only went to school, and I was only going to go to college for 2 years to get my grades up, and then go to this prestigious film school called FAMU, whatever. It's in the Czech Republic, FAMU. And we did all the paperwork. My father, when he would travel there, he did all the paperwork too. We were in communication with this school. I was going to leave the sophomore summer, did freshman year, sophomore year, I had an ex-girlfriend at the time. We broke up. She was going to go to Tulane University. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Anyway, I was free and clear. I was going to go away to the Czech Republic to study filmmaking and start a whole Eastern European life there in the film world. And I was very excited about going. Lo and behold, my father has a stroke. Pretty bad. Not that he was incapacitated, as in he couldn't walk, but his cognitive skills went out the window. Not to this point that he couldn't like manage eating or like, he can go out for a walk by himself and stuff like that, but mail, phone calls. This guy was a guy who wore a three-piece suit. This guy couldn't put on a three-piece suit anymore. He was pretty much in his sweatpants the whole time. He would forget phone calls. Like there was just no way. Couldn't go grocery shopping. He would have just starved to death. So my mom and I decided that I had to take care of him. So I couldn't go away to that school. My mom wanted me to go. She said she was going to take care of him, but I couldn't leave that burden on her. And my dad was not in a state. Emotionally, he was compromised. He was weeping all the time. It was a terrible, terrible time. And he was sick like this with all this stuff and declining into dementia for 17 years. So for 17 years, I looked out for my dad. For 17 years, my mom died during that time. She had brain tumor. She died. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Then I had a new girlfriend, and then, so my life basically became self-contained. I worked jobs and all this stuff, and my aspirations of being a filmmaker, which I started trying to work through and whatever on my own time, but there was always this huge roadblock was my father, his health. And there was summers like this, he would be rushed to the hospital because he was something like everything would be fine for like 5-6 weeks, and then something would happen. This went on for almost 2 decades. So I told myself that when he passed away, that I would leave New York immediately, whether it was even Long Island. I mean, it's New York, but still, even upstate, I just wanted to get out of the 5 boroughs. I was gonna, sell the house, and leave, sell the apartment, whatever. And this was like going on in my head, but this was for 17 years. I had this idea in my head. So when he surprisingly he got the flu in the winter of 2014, and on New Year's Day 2015, he passed away. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. I was inconsolable because it was like, wow, what a great man, and he just went on the decline for so many years. And he was kind of like my father, but he was also like my child. He was like a disabled kid. And what happened is that I got offered this space here at the World Trade Center a few months after he passed away. So whatever plans or whatever thoughts I had about leaving, well, here's this great, I never had an art studio before, so here you go. And I was just like, okay. So, of course, I took it. I decided to stay. And I like it. And it was this weird thing. It's just I always wanted to leave. And like here was this, and I dreamed about leaving. I used to look at houses online. I used to look at homes and apartments in Vienna. Like I was just so I would torture myself all the time, wanting to go, move to Thailand, all this whole thing. And then it was just like, well, why leave now? I mean, you could take the train. It's only a 45-minute train ride from your apartment to the studio here, and now you could do whatever you want, I guess. Look at all the, space. And I'm just like, damn. I didn't say damn at the time, so I chose it. And then, now it's 10 years after that. And it's kind of like, I don't even, I feel like I don't know, I have sparks. I feel like a frayed wire because it's because it's all kind of too late now to I'm obviously can't go back to film school. I'm not 19, 20 years old anymore, to go back to the Czech Republic now. It's already past all that. But that bigness, that brightness, that whole thing, looking ahead, it just, but, so you make these choices, and here I am, and that's been it. 10 years is a long time, 17 years is a long time, and then this is who we are. This is, it's like, okay, well, what else are you going to do? Well, I guess I have the opportunity that I could be the best artist I can be, and that's pretty much life. And and sometimes I just have to get over it. And it's hard to get over it because you think almost that, it's a lot. But yeah, so that's the narrative, and that's kind of the story. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't rewrite it too much. Anyway, it's hot today.